Once again, welcome back to the program. In today's segment, we'll talk to Bains from Sync Styles, who's a fashion consultant, and Parul Bakshi, who's a PR consultant. What's happening in the market? What kind of styles are in vogue? Let's learn from both of our guests. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Cam, we'll start off with you. There's a lot of style. Today it's a style which makes all the difference basically when we talk about it. So could you just tell us, now winter is approaching and weather is changing. What kind of style is in vogue?
For sure. There's all the styles that we have, they're always changing. And like you said, winter is coming, so you're seeing thicker fabrics, we're wearing more jackets. Layering is one of the biggest things that happen when it comes to fall or winter. When you talk about particular styles, something that's gotten really popular these days, it's called street style. So basically what that means is style literally that's come from the streets. So people started wearing stuff for a reason. So for example, take a bike messenger, right? So a bike messenger is riding his bike all the time, and his pants would keep getting stuck in his in the chain, right? So what they do, if you ever notice, is they tuck their pants into their socks. That could actually turn into a style. So you see it on the street over and over, and someone else sees it, but that's kind of cool. I'm going to do that, and that's how style evolves, and that's where street style comes from. So different influencers, different people who have a good style, people look up to them. They can influence style a lot.
So anything can become a style, basically.
Anything could become a style. You can start a style of your own.
Right. Okay. PR plays a very important role, Parul, in disseminating information and in making something big.
That's correct.
So when we talk about PR as such, like he has talked, and we are focusing only on style today. So what's happening? How do the PR companies, or how do people like you or consultants, try to bring these things forward, which kind of leaves an image in the minds of the people?
Oh, I think PR is all about image. So when we're talking about image, the first thing you see is an outer look. So basically, we do work with a lot of stylists because sometimes we can have clients from celebrities to business people that need to be styled in a certain way to be on TV, radio, whatever sort of media interview that is.
Right. Cam, earlier it used to be, the pants, what you're wearing, the trousers, what you're wearing, the socks, especially for men, they used to match those. But today I find, green, orange, yellow socks and all those kind of things. So what is this? You're well dressed with a beautiful suit, but when you see the socks, you get amazed what kind of colors are there.
And you know what, the reason for that is because people are getting really comfortable with their style. They're letting their creativity, their own personality show in different ways. So when you're wearing a full suit, if someone has a really creative, really joyful personality, they're really talkative, you can't really wear a printed suit and walk into a business office, right? So they do little things like a pocket square, or they could do socks. Socks have once again gotten popular because someone probably started wearing those funky socks, and now it's a fashion trend, right? And it is going to stay for a while, that's for sure. It's been there for a while, it's going to stay for a while, and that's how things start. So going back to your question, it's a way of showing your personality, and you can do it with different ways when it comes to clothing.
Right, and even with pocket squares or ties also, what we find it's not matching, the tie is different or the pocket square is different, the suit is absolutely a different color. So when we talk about colors, could you tell us what is happening as far as colors are concerned? What's coming up in the market?
For sure. Well, first of all, you know how you're saying that ties are different, suits are different. Everything still needs to kind of flow because science is science, right? You know that red works really well with blue. That's never going to change, right? That's how our brains are wired to think. So that always has to stay the same. Now, what you're seeing changing is people are trying more things. So the colors that were not tried before, but they still work, people are trying those now. And when it comes to matching your tie to your pocket square, you don't go exactly the same color or exactly the same pattern, because then it looks like you're trying too hard, right? And you don't want to come across this person like, this person spent an hour just getting ready. You don't look like someone important who has better things to do, right? So that mismatch is actually on purpose. That's purpose. And as for you said, for colors, because we're getting into winters, there's a little bit deeper colors coming in, or a little bit muted colors. So green, a darker green, or olive green is really in. Purples are really in.
Okay.
And like I've said before, always take cues from the nature, right? So you know how you see the leaves changing to red, yellow, those colors are always in for fall and winter.
Well, just I'll talk to Parul for a short while and then come back to you and learn a little bit about the Singh styles, because being a Singh, like there's a fashion craze amongst in our community also, and especially the youngsters who wear turbans. They also want to display their turbans with different colors and everything. How can they match with their suits and everything? We'll talk about this.
Sure.
Coming back to you, Parul, tell me a little bit about what's happening in as far as the girls are concerned. What's in vogue? Because generally we find, like men, it's generally the suits. But when we talk about women, there is a lot of option which is available. So what's in vogue today?
I think that I probably am not the best person to answer on style, but being in business and stuff, I see a lot of girls following a lot of trends. From magazines, they're now hiring stylists such as Cam to style them in a certain way, so it's better for their profession. Coming back to the parties, girls spend a lot of money on their hair, makeup, their outfits for the night. And that's become another part of their budget and their daily living.
And added expenditure for
absolutely. Oh, for them.
So Cam, like she was saying, hiring consultants like you. Well, of course, if there's a party, definitely, if there's a major party, then I would like to hire you, and so that I should be looking perfect. But is this trend increasing for normal events also? That do people hire you for simple things also?
Definitely is. Okay, let me ask you a question. So when you're meeting somebody, what would you like them to think about you? Do you want them to see you as a successful person, someone who's really well put together? And also, doesn't matter what your business is, do you want them to think that you're someone who pays attention to detail? You're someone who thinks about things. You're someone who's well presented, right? So all of those things, everybody wants every other person to think about them. And like Parul was saying before, image, she's in PR. The main thing is how you look, your image, right? And that's what it comes down to. When you meet somebody, what impression are they going to get off you, right? What impression are they going to form? And that comes to your image. So going back to your question, it's not just for parties. Actually, it's not for parties as much as it is for daily life. A lot of business people are hiring me now because not just business people, anyone who wants to portray an image or even
to leave a lasting impression in the first visit.
Exactly. And that's exactly
coming back to the Singhs, what we are saying, especially now when a lot of turbans being, highlighted by the PR departments in various, commercials, our youngsters are also getting attracted by that. So what's in vogue for them, wearing a red turban or a blue turban or a green or a yellow turban, how to match? Still, the turban is the main, denominator which you take as the, major focus by which you're going to style yourself, or are these things different?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm really proud to see that, turban is finally getting the recognition, that it deserves, and more people are coming forward and they want to tie a turban. I've had so many people come up to me who don't tie a turban, Punjabi people, and like, what, I wish I tied a turban as well. I'm like, well, let me teach you, right? If you don't know how already, I can teach you that. So it's an amazing feeling. And when it comes to the trends about turban and, what's the main focus of your outfit, I always tell people, and when they say your outfit looks really great, I'm like, you know what? I have an advantage. I'm like, my pug makes my outfit looks so much better, right? And I do my outfits different ways. Sometimes I'll start off with a color of pug that I want to wear. I'm like, oh, I want to wear that pink pug today, so I'm going to base my whole outfit around that. Or I could be like, there's an outfit that I want to wear. What's the best looking pug for that? And there's so many different styles of pugs now as well. There's so many different styles of turbans. And people are experimenting, and they're trying to figure out what looks the best on them. And a lot of people want to tie a turban now. So
great. And finally, Parul, as far as PR is concerned, what are you foreseeing in the coming months or years? The way fashion is, the glamour is coming forward. So do you think that the same trend is going to continue, or there's going to be some changes?
Oh, I think glamour is always a really good part of the PR business, because that's what it's really all about, putting your best face forward, right? So even if I have clients from different industries, I have taken them to fashion events and featured them at fashion events, and they've loved it. So taking them to the whole glamour side of things, it adds an extra bit of glam to their profile
Right.
in
So the
general.
interest is
Absolutely.
changing, and interest is much more as compared to the previous time.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to both of you. Thank you for your time.
Thank
and
you.
definitely we'll continue with these kind of talks where we can get your knowledge as far as fashion and style is concerned to our readers. Thank you.